What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing good. Welcome to NBA free agency. It's your boy Omar. It's been crazy. NBA free agency started at 6 p.m. The first wave of free agents already signed. 30 plus players have signed, re-signed. Well, let's get right into it. I'm with my boy Andy. Introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? My name's Andy. You can call me the originator. You can call me Dory. It's just some nicknames I came up with while trying to not use my real name. But let's get into this, man. The first wave. I don't know. Do you want to give the disclaimer that something happened earlier?
Yeah, that's fine. So this is the second take online.
Yeah.
Uh, did a mess up where none of the video was recorded, only the audio. So we're just gonna give our thoughts on the players that have signed already, and then we will see if Woj or Shams have reported anything new. Sound
Yeah.
good? All right, so let's get right into it. The first one, the Jeremy Grant signing, we said it that we at least me personally, I don't know the direction that Portland is going in. You don't trade away Scoot Henderson. You re-sign Jeremy Grant to this bag. Jeremy Grant got a bag, regardless of whether or not he got a bag. He's obviously not going to get moved. Whether or not Nurkic or Simons is safe, I don't know. I personally just don't know what direction Portland is going in.
No, I agree. I have I, my problem is with all this is I've said, as every Heat fan has said, right? Obviously I'm a Heat fan in case you didn't know. We're so concerned about Dame, right? What are the Trailblazers gonna do about Dame? Is he staying? Is he leaving? And me personally, I don't know if the signing of Jeremy Grant is helping toward Dame staying, just because Dame's been here. They've played together already. I don't think this signing makes him want to stay anymore, unless something else goes on. Like you're saying, they still got all these young guys, and we're gonna have to see where the Trailblazers go. Because I'll be honest, right now we might not have the trade assets, or like as the Heat to grab Dame or any other team. But if Dame has to leave, we're gonna have to see what happens. That's my issue with this.
Yeah, these also have Shaden Sharp. I think Shaden Sharp could be a contributor, but I think the Grant signing is not the wow big piece that they're finally getting to pair up next to Dame, but it's like I think they're going in the direction they're going to keep Dame and try to build a championship contender. But at the same time, if you're not gonna trade Scoot Henderson, that's what creates the confusion. You didn't trade the pick on draft night when you had the opportunity to prove to them you're building a championship contender. Now is the time because Portland still has time, but they have to decide now what they want to do. If they're going to build around Dame, Scoot has to be traded and get an established star next to Damian Lillard.
Mm-hmm.
And there are going to be stars around the league. We've seen Cleveland apparently reportedly sharping Darius Garland. I don't necessarily believe that report. I would think the Cavaliers will be complete idiots to trade away Garland. But again, if the star is there, no one expects Donovan Mitchell to be traded. And once the star does become available, I don't believe Scoot Henderson makes it to training camp or day one of the regular season if the Blazers are committed to building a championship team.
Okay.
All right. Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving was reportedly going to take the minimum to sign with the Phoenix Suns. Obviously, that is not true. He got a back to sign with Dallas. I cannot believe Dallas gave him a multi-year deal. Kyrie is worthy of his money, but you cannot trust him to play consistently every game, whether it be to personal reasons, injuries. He is just simply not always available. And now he gave him a lot of money, $42 million a year, which is nuts. He deserves the money, but the fact that you can't trust him, and what tells me the Kyrie and Luka duo tells me Dallas is not winning a damn thing. That backcourt is atrocious defensively. Luka cannot play off the ball. The Mavericks don't have the defense behind them anymore. We've seen it with Porzingis. He got upset when the role played next to Luka. Christian Wood, likely the same thing. I just don't understand where Dallas is doing.
Yeah, I mean, people always think, like if you got Kyrie, he's pretty good in Luca. They think it worked, but from what I saw last season, I just don't see what they picture. But who knows, right? maybe they're gonna add. They have to add something. Maybe I don't know if they have the cap space or the money. Or maybe they're thinking about doing some trades to get something better. But I kind of agree with you as of right now. I don't see them going far. So what's your prediction? Since I see that you're very against this duo.
Whenever Luca are individually extremely talented, they might make the playoffs. And if they do, they're going to be a first round exit every single time.
All
They're
right.
that defensively, and I just don't see that team isn't good. We've seen it every single time since Kyrie has left Cleveland. The success has been very minimal, and it will continue to happen in Dallas. This team will not come. Is not going to compete for what they believe they're going to compete. They got rid of all their assets to trade for Kyrie,
That's
and it's not going to work out.
So
Uh,
just real quick quote. So what I'm hearing is Dallas out first round next year, 2023-2024.
yeah, they're not making this.
All right, I'm writing
No,
down these receipts because I'll give them the benefit of doubt. I think they're at least second rounders.
no, because they're not. Look, they're not going to be a top 4 seed. They're not better than Denver. They're not going to be better than the Lakers. Not better than Sacramento. Not Golden State. Not Phoenix. At the top of my head,
I mean,
I I don't know what Dallas is doing here.
all right, okay. Well, moving on to Kyle Kuzma. How do we feel about that?
Kyle Kuzma was another signing I just don't understand. You traded Bradley Beal away. You got almost close to nothing. You got pennies to on the dollar for Bradley Beal. You traded away Porzingis, so I was under the assumption that the Washington Wizards were on route to rebuild. And then you re-signed Kyle Kuzma. I don't understand it. I don't understand the idea of why you would trade. I mean, re-sign Kyle Kuzma. I thought that Washington was going to tear everything down and build through the draft. Well, regardless, they are going to be the worst team in the Eastern Conference next year. They're not going to be better than Detroit. They're not going to be better than any of these. Maybe Charlotte. Charlotte and Washington are going to be the worst 2 teams in the Eastern Conference. But if you're trying to get tank in the lottery and then drop players, the idea to drop players is to have cap flexibility. But if you're going to have already paying Jordan Poole 30 mil, you're now paying Kyle Kuzma a bag. They're not going to have the cap flexibility. They're not be able to move, especially when players like Daniel Diva, rookie extensions are coming soon. I don't know. I don't understand. The Washington Wizards are going into the same place where they've been for the past 5 years. Mediocrity, purgatory, the worst place to be in the NBA. The Chicago Bulls are currently there right now. I don't understand their re-signing Nikola Vucevic either. They're in the middle of nowhere. Your Lonzo Ball's out for all of next year. There's trade rumors surrounding Zach LaVine. DeMar DeRozan is not getting any younger. I don't understand what either of those 2 teams are doing. They're both going to be in the NBA hell, to say the least.
Okay, all right. Well, my thing is, what I'm gonna assume it's that I feel like they re-signed Kyle Kuzma. They also have Jordan Poole now, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they're kind of like, maybe their big idea is to have them as like the locker room leaders. You know, they're kind of the guys that have been in there longer. Because I'm assuming all of Washington, as of right now, like you're saying, they're rebuilt, so they're a whole bunch of young players. So, but that could be my idea. They're just putting in this money because at least Kyle Kuzma, he can shoot the ball. If he's playing good, he's playing good. He's not a superstar, but he can be at least the star of the Washington Wizards as of for now. But that it is very confusing on what their intentions are. But who knows? Maybe they want to just give Kyle Kuzma more time to shoot and to like kind of show his worth, and maybe they'll get some trade assets later in the season. That could probably be my only thing that I think of, but we're gonna have to see.
That's a fair point. If the idea is to eventually move Kyle Kuzma just to get him back on the deal and not get nothing for him, I guess. But then you have to do that because there's no idea. And if, in terms of locker room leadership, especially Jordan Poole, there is no character of leadership that has been shown. There's a reason Jordan Poole was pushed out of Golden State.
Okay, right.
And we'll just see what happens with Washington. Chris Middleton and Draymond Green, both respectively. I did not expect either of them to leave their current situations. especially people getting traded for in Draymond's case. He got a good deal. He was taken care of. I expect Golden State to be contending for a ring next year, along with Chris Paul. It's a very, very good constructed, well team. I'm excited to see that how that plays out. And for Chris Middleton, if Giannis doesn't get hurt, the Bucks might have just ended up in the NBA Finals. We'll see what happens with Brooke Lopez. Brooke Lopez has reportedly have informed the team he will not be resigning there. That will be a major loss to see how they fill in that void. But me personally did not expect Draymond nor Chris Middleton to leave.
And yeah, I don't think anybody really believed that. Chris Middleton, he was kind of in the air, but like you said, I think he wants to stay with Giannis because they're a good team. Maybe like you said, if they were both healthy and they were all good, probably could have won the chip. They were the favorites, but they got knocked out. But that was in the past. Draymond Green, I feel like that was just people wishing. I had seen some posts, every now and then I saw some Twitter post about how the Trailblazers thought, oh, let's get Draymond and we'll have a big three of Dame, Dre, and freaking I think Jeremy Grant. It's like Draymond Green. I think he's going to be a lifer for the Warriors. I think that's the respect they should give him. If I'm going to be real, and I think he got his little bag. $25,000 a year for 4 years is good. And they're out there golfing right now, so it would have been really awkward if he would have signed somewhere else as he's golfing with the Splash Bros.
That's fair. That is fair. Jacopoto, I am surprised he got signed to that dollar amount. He's a very good solid player. I always thought of him as like one of the higher echelons of backup centers in the NBA. But good on Toronto for retaining him. It would have been bad for him to lose him for nothing. Let's see what they do with Fred VanVleet. I would hope if by retaining Portal, you're going to retain VanVleet. But I know Houston was reportedly ready to offer a huge bag out to VanVleet. So we'll see how that plays out. What do you think about the Jakob signing?
So, I liked him. The most I'll be honest, the most I know about him has always been just about like the fantasy like parts of him, and he always got me good points. I used to have him. But since it is like the Raptors, I don't think he's going. Like I said, he's a pretty good backup center to Siakam, and he got his bag. In the end, you got to think about a player's priority. Is it to ring chase or is it to get the bread, or maybe he's just comfortable. That's another thing some basketball players like. They just like to feel comfortable. So we're gonna have to see where this goes, and yeah.
I also think that he's also talented enough. If Siakam is battling injuries, he is more of a capable starter to hold it down until Siakam returns back from injury. Herb Jones, this is one of the recent ones. Herb Jones got retained by New Orleans. Herb Jones is one of the most underrated players in the league. Elite defender, one of the best defenders in the NBA, has improved his three-point shooting immensely. Any team would have loved to have him. I think it was very important for New Orleans to keep Herb Jones, especially for that price tag. That is not bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, underrated because I don't know him. But good for him. New Orleans, all I know is Zion. Gotta focus on the game is what I'm gonna say because for our viewers out there. But I'm gonna have to take your word for it. Herb Jones, let's see what he does. 4 years, for $54,000. All right. Surprise though. How are we feeling about Bruce Brown?
Bruce Brown getting a bag. I knew Bruce Brown was gonna get a bag. This is just a huge blow for the Denver Nuggets. You lose an extremely 3-and-D player as well. As a Heat fan, you should know. But Bruce Brown, he can do it both ends. He can get to the rim. He's a great spot up shooter. He's gonna have a bigger role in Indiana coming down next to Tyrese Halliburton. So we'll see what he does in a bigger role off the bench in Denver. He was great. Don't really have much to say. Denver's got to figure it out now.
Yeah, no, I agree. As you said, we were the end of that Bruce Brown effect, and he brought some energy that sometimes is what saved Denver. It is going to be a big hole that they're going to miss, and we're going to have to see what Denver does because as of right now, I think all they have now on their bench is a lot of young guys. But it's always about the next man up, or I guess we're going to have to see what Denver does.
All right. Kobe White back to Chicago. I like that immensely for the Bulls. I think with Lonzo Ball being out, you give Kobe White another shot to start, and we'll see what he could do in this league.
Yeah.
He has been, I guess, somewhat disappointing for what we expected when he got drafted, but this is just another shot. It's on good team value. You nothing wrong. You signed a veteran in Javon Carter for also if you're Chicago, so I don't see anything wrong with this signing.
Yeah, I think it's very cut and dry. Where the only thing is, right? So he's a point guard, correct? So you think he's going to be starting soon because Lonzo Ball's not coming back, or who's their starting right
I
now?
think, um, yeah, I think he'll be the starting point guard next year going into the season, unless he just really doesn't play all that well and Javon Carter ends up starting. But I do believe the point guard rotation will be Kobe White and Javon Carter back him up, and we'll see what happens with Lonzo. If Kobe White ends up breaking out, the Bulls just might as well move on from Zoe. If not, and so does come back, and Kobe White is still struggling to get his footing right in the league, then Zoe will just take back his starting spot. I mean, starting backcourt of Lonzo and Kobe White, if both are playing well, isn't bad, as the Bulls like to move Zach Levine down to the small forward spot. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. This is just another opportunity for Kobe White, and he should be ready to take advantage of it.
Yeah, okay, okay. All right, if you don't mind letting me announce this sad but happy departure, Gabe Vincent to the Los Angeles Lakers, 3 years for 33,000. That as a Heat fan, it's a blow and a half because there were some aspirations of sign and trade maybe for Dame, but as of right now, the Heat are without a point guard. So, and the Godfather we trust, but he got to start doing something because we are not going in the right directions after being 3 games short of the NBA championships. Kudos to Gabe Vincent though. He deserves it. He put some magic into the playoffs. I think it's great that he got paid. My one little thing that I'm gonna say about the Heat is that we can grab people that weren't wanted and we can make them the best role players, but for some reason we just can't keep him.
To say the least, the Miami Heat are in shambles.
Ah,
With
God.
Kyle Lowry reportedly about to get waived and stretched, reportedly, Max Strus is heading to Cleveland. Miami Heat have lost the depth they had in these playoffs. They have no draft capital. They have no other young guys on this roster. The Heat are in very much trouble of fading away to NBA purgatory. And with Gabe, it's I think it's for the Lakers side, I think it's a great sign for the Los Angeles Lakers. Someone who can stretch the floor, hit the three, play on the ball to give LeBron a break. It's just a perfect fit next to Bron and AD for the Lakers. Yeah, it's can't be too upset about that. Uh, I just hope to see how Gabe Vincent plays in LA and what Miami does from here. Uh, Karis LeVert re-signing in Cleveland along with George Niang going from Philly to Cleveland. I think it's going to be a great fit for both. I think Levert being the scorer off the bench is going to improve them instead of being the starter. With Isaac Okoro struggling somewhat, I think they should be getting better. Niang being a three-point shooter, which Cleveland struggled with Mobley not being that shooter yet, Jared Allen not being a shooter, being able to spread the floor out for Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, especially if they do get Strus as well. I think adding three-point shooting to this team is going to be extremely important as they try to take the next step as they struggled in the playoffs against New York.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't really have much to say because it was just a re-sign, but well, you know, Cleveland got to figure something out because everybody was. I'll be honest, everybody was astonished. I think when they lost to New York in the first round.
Because it's not like they got big; they were completely manhandled.
Yeah,
Mobley and Jared Allen struggle with the physicality of Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle. I think this has to be a waking call. And with the report of them shopping Darius Garland, let me say this: if Cleveland ends up trading Darius Garland, it would be one of the most idiotic moves that franchise has made in a long time. You cannot move Darius Garland. He has been too good and too important to that franchise.
yeah,
Um, Joe Ingles to Orlando. I like that deal for the Magic a lot. You add that veteran that they desperately need. He'll be able to teach Franz Wagner and Paulo Banquero a lot. A voice in the locker room, and mature the team as they try to take the next step. Um, I think they still need to go after a backup center, so we'll see what they do in that standpoint. As maybe they bring back Mo Wagner, or they try to go after someone like Brooke Lopez. We will see, but we will see what Orlando does. But I do like that signing a lot.
We got Trey Jones to the Spurs, which is I've heard of
Yeah,
him.
yeah, it's a solid signing for San Antonio. Filling out the roster next to Wembanyama, figure out who's going to be part of the long term team with the young core. The San Antonio Spurs are in no rush. Just try to plug in guys who see who fits, who doesn't, who you like, who you want to keep long term. The San Antonio Spurs are in no rush. There's no pressure on them. They'll be fine. Reggie Jackson re-signing with Denver. It's one of the effects of losing Bruce Brown. The Nuggets have to figure out what they can do to replace his scoring on the ball and be able to shoot off the ball. Reggie Jackson is not the worst place to start to re-sign him after losing Bruce Brown. And now with a lot of these role players that are coming up next, a quick shout out to the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns were saw them in the playoffs struggle because of their depth. They had absolutely no depth, and it showed. And that was looked like it was going to be the issue again. Now again, we'll see how this depth works. You can't necessarily just always plug in players and see how it works. That's not how basketball works in real life. But these individually, these are very extremely solid players. Yuta Watanabe, he's a very good 3 and D guy. He can shoot the lights out, especially out of the corners. I like the Eubank signing a lot. It's a very solid backup center. You bring in a guy like Josh Okogie, a 3 and D guy,
Man,
and Kenzie Bates Diop. I think those were a lot of solid signings for Phoenix, along with Damian Lee, another shooter.
yeah, I'm surprised. I genuinely am surprised they signed a whole backup team already. That's Damian Lee's good. Like you said, Drew Eubanks. I've never heard of Kata Bates Diop. Wait, respect to him, he got 2 years, but it looks like they're trying to cover all their freaking assets with this issue of being deep. But we'll see how it ends up.
Yeah, because they need to figure it out. Because I mean, of course, always 2 of the 3 of Booker, Durant, and Bradley Beal always be on the floor. It's just a matter of figuring out the pieces that fit well next to those players.
Yeah.
Taurean Prince to the Lakers, solid sign for the Lakers, a 3 and D guy who can actually shoot the ball rather than just getting athletic guys that can't shoot. We saw that plenty of times it doesn't work next to LeBron and AD. Guy like Taurean Prince should pan out well, and we will see how that plays out for the Lakers. Getting Gabe Vincent to go along with that, it's a great start for free agency for the Lakers.
Right.
And then for the Sacramento Kings, with Trey Lyles re-signing Harrison Barnes, they did have a lot of cap space going to free agency. They were linked to Draymond Green. Clearly, they decided to go the role player route, letting De'Aaron Fox improve, letting Sabonis improve. So we'll see how that goes for them. I don't mind this approach at all, keeping the core together and see how they grow for this great season.
Yeah, all right. And I think that was everybody as of now. So we're gonna refresh real quick and see if anything crazy's happened since. All right, so we got 2 more. Let's see if we can find it. So we got
Josh Richardson to Miami.
Wait, where did you see that? Wait.
Go up.
Oh, and Kevin Love to Miami too.
So what do you think about retaining Kevin Love?
Dude, honestly, Kevin Love surprised me. So we're just gonna look at these Wolves reports real quick, so maybe we can at least see the official statements before we get.
So while we wait for that, how do you feel about re-signing Josh Richardson?
So him coming back, honestly, I like it. He wasn't bad when he was playing in Miami. He was a shooter, so that was a good thing. It's always an issue though with the Heat, which is what I realized, which hopefully doesn't happen to the people who may be signing somewhere else. But I feel like after role players or people who start for the Heat, when they leave the Heat, they kind of, if we're gonna be honest, they're lackluster. Example of Justice Winslow, he kind of went away. We drafted him, he's gone. Haven't really heard from him much. He might be playing for which I can tell you, but you don't hear from them most often. Hassan Whiteside, he's a great big guy that we traded. Kind of lackluster when he finally went to, I think he was in maybe Utah. But
He went back up Utah. Now at this point, he's out the league playing in Puerto Rico.
yeah, so Josh Richardson, I have heard of him more often. I forgot what team. I forgot what team he was a part of before when we traded him. We traded him
Philly.
to Philly. Yeah. So it's exciting. We'll see what he does. I think it's great. He was a good shooter when he was with us. Hopefully we can get him back to that level of kind of like Heat level.
I'll tell you, he better because it's not looking good down there in Miami. I'm gonna be honest with you. The Lakers getting Rui Hachimura back was very, very important for the Lakers.
3-year, $51 million. That's
They trusting Hachimura to be part of the core. It's a it's a good deal.
yeah.
Hopefully he improves his scoring and continues to grow, play well, learn how to mesh well, has more time to play alongside those guys. I guess that means D'Angelo Russell is not coming back for the Lakers.
That's true.
The Lakers have also signed Cameron Reddish, leaving Portland. Cam Reddish has not played all that well to start his rookie campaign, his first couple of years in the league. So we will see how that goes. Maybe just a new scenery helps out Cam Reddish, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think this might be a situation where this is your last shot to figure it out before they just move on.
Wow. Okay. All right. So this is do or die for Reddish over here. But interesting. Okay. I'm glad to see some signings by the Heat because I was stressing for almost 2 hours to go, and all I hear is bad news of us losing everybody. And I still haven't seen this news about Strus. But who knows? The Strus can be loose anywhere. And I think the rumor was that he was going to Cleveland.
Yeah, that was Cleveland. Other ties were Orlando or Houston or Detroit that had a lot of money. But I think if he does end up in Cleveland, wouldn't be a bad signing. I think he'll fit perfectly well at that 3 spot that Cleveland's been looking for.
Yeah, really.
All right. It seems like there is no other new moves.
Well, we got 2 more, but I'm going to go slower again. Just so we got Rui Hachimura. We already said Joan Carter, Reggie, Josh Richardson, Damon Lee, Drew. Okay, no, I think we're good. I think we're caught up. We got Metu. Well, no, we saw that already. Yeah, other than that, I'm glad we got Kevin Love back, I think. So hopefully that pulls off. All right. But, so any hot takes on any other, last, top free agents right now? You got any predictions?
For D'Angelo Russell, I have no idea where D'Lo goes at this point. I hope Orlando goes after Brook Lopez. I think that would be a big deal. They're able to sign Brook, be that backup center. Maybe join. He does like Disney World.
True. What about let's see. I'm trying to see if I can find. I was trying to see if I can find who are free agents still. What about Fred VanVleet? What do you think about him?
I really hope. I think Toronto would be foolish to let him walk for nothing, but we will see if.
Forgot.
Houston.
Okay, sorry.
Houston doesn't offer him that bag. Dylan Brooks is another one.
Yeah, I was looking at that right now. I just remembered.
Back to Memphis says no matter what the circumstances, he is not returning.
I saw that.
We will see whether or not he does go back to. Detroit is another location. They've said Houston again, a lot of cap space. Houston and Detroit in particular do have the cap space to go after some of these guys, and there will be nothing wrong with them signing to some of these new teams. Dwight Powell, I think Dallas has to get Dwight Powell back.
Yeah.
No matter the cost, you cannot let him walk. Again, Russell, I have no idea where he goes from here. If he's able to reach an agreement with the Lakers, it wouldn't be bad, especially with I don't believe they'll bring back Schroeder.
Yeah.
With David going there, we'll see.
What about Brook Lopez? What's your hot take? Where do you think he's going? Since he did say, as you mentioned earlier, that he's not returning to the team, so clearly he wants to go somewhere.
Yeah, there was a report that he was not going to return to Milwaukee, which will be very, very interesting on where he does choose to go. So that'll be very exciting to see where he does go. Again, Orlando, probably the piece that we would want to get. Again, someone like Christian Wood, an offensive guy, another loss for the Mavericks. I don't think he's returning there.
Jay Crowder, hoping he comes back to the Heat. I've been hearing some rumors that he was considering it.
That was a very nice veteran 3-and-D guy for any championship contending team. But yeah, we'll see where the rest of these guys go. It's free agency. We'll see. I'll definitely be back with another video once we see where it goes from. Yeah, thank you guys for watching so much. Have a great rest of your day. Let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the signings? Where do you think the rest of these guys are gonna sign, re-sign? Any trades you guys expect? Let me know in the comment section down below. See you guys next time.
Peace.
VanVleet gets the first max contract. He is going to the Houston Rockets.
That's
That is
insane,
nuts.
bro.
This is right after. This is right after Jalen Green came out and said he would it be a good thing, would it be a bad thing if they got James Harden to get Fred VanVleet. For the Toronto Raptors to lose VanVleet for nothing is a huge L for the Raptors. I think this takes a big hit to them in terms of being competitive. For the Rockets, I'm not gonna lie to you. I like this a lot. You bring in championship experience into the locker room. They can start growing on their new head coach. And I like this signing a lot for the Rockets.
This is a bomb, dude. Can't believe it, bro. I mean, the thing is though, it's the Rockets.
But that's fine. But this is the type of player you want to bring in if you're trying to change the culture.
Yeah, but now that we're talking about this though, does this affect that rumor of? Well, I don't know if it still was, but was there an issue of people wondering if Harden was going to go back to the Rockets?
Oh, there's no way now Harden's going back to Houston. No.
You don't think so?
No.
Even if I'm just there.
No.
Right. I'm just saying, keep your eyes open, guys.
You don't mess with Jalen Green's development like that. Especially what this does, though, that intrigues me is that if the Rockets did draft Amen Thompson, a point guard, out of the overtime league, at pick 4, and you sign a point guard in Fred VanVleet. So this is very, very intriguing. I like this signing a lot though. A nice veteran will change the culture in Houston, especially with the new head coach. I think this does mean Kevin Porter Jr. is no longer a long-term answer. He might even be on the team. He might be moved, or unless he's a free agent. But I like this signing a lot.
That was, man. We caught that right after we ended. By the way, guys, this is an actual bomb. Man, that's a good sign of the Rockets. Who would have thought? Who would have thought they would? Well, they had the money. We saw that they were offering. They're offering bags out there.
Whether VanVleet or Dylan Brooks, they got their guy. Wow, what a signing!
Man, 130 mil, so he got his bag. Let's see. I mean, I don't think they're a contender yet, but I'm gonna love to see how these teams play together.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to you. Depending what they do with the rest of free agency and any other moves they make, I think overall as a team, they might end up being better than Dallas.
That's a hot take, bro. Alright, guys. Like I said, man. We ended the video earlier. He ended it earlier, but on the comments, bro, write down these receipts. Rockets better than Dallas 2023-2024 season.
Again, we will see how the teams are constructed when the season starts, when we head into training camp.
Yeah. Well, I think this is the actual ending, unless we get dropped with another Woj bomb. But take it away, Omar.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about the VanVleet signing. See you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.